This is my second time to visit this Kavalan distillery factory, and then just went into the convention hall to know about the product and about the company, and then found out that they actually improve a lot. So I'm going to we decided to make a full video. It's also his first time.
Yes, it's my first time here. We just watched a 4 minutes video giving an introduction of the Golden Car Corporation, which is like a huge MNC that has got a variety of brands under them, including the Mr. Brown coffee, which is really popular since the early 1990s. Yeah.
So from the convention center, you have to walk a little bit to this side to go to the distillery, and along the way you will see some the graphic. They are thinking that it's quite special, but to us I think it's a little bit lame.
It's hand painted lah, so yeah. I think they think it's unique. But I think this long alley is pretty unique, I must say.
Okay. Yeah. So inside that, what you can expect is that you can buy the Kavalan whiskey in a very reasonable price. If I'm not wrong, I think it's cheaper than you can get from the airport duty free.
Plus, you can personalize your own special blend of whiskey.
Yeah, that is something new.
Yeah.
And there's a whiskey lab now. There's also the cafe, the Mr. Brown
Mr. Brown Cafe, offering some light bites as well as handcrafted beverages.
After a long walk, this is the entrance. So let's go inside.
This is the natural drinking water production plant. So under the Kavalan brand, they also have like drinking water.
Sorry. Okay. So that's one of the brand that they use. And then let's see how the factory works. I think being the staff that working here can be quite stressed because
every time you will have visitors snooping in on what they are doing.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm like in the zoo like that. It's like I work here, like people will watch me.
Yeah. So anyway, on the left hand side, there's actually labeling to say which area are you observing. So over here is actually the filling area.
And it seems like mostly almost fully automated.
Yeah. They even produce their own plastic bottles, the PET bottles.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't listen carefully
to ensure that the QC is top notch. So over here, the bottle blowing area.
Oh, Taiwanese love to blow. Why I say that? Because when we were in trekking in the hillside, we always met people that bring their trumpet, their flute to blow in anywhere.
Yeah, so over here there is this whole production process that's being mapped out, and also graphics provided for your understanding. So since there's not much action happening, I guess we can head on to the next one.
That is a warehouse for the aging, and then you can see the glass there. It's actually an open area to show you the machines, how they distill the whiskey. And this side will be the
whiskey bottling plant.
And I learned, my very first time I came here many years ago, then I learned that whiskey is supposed to be white color, like transparent. So after they put inside the burn cask, and then it turned the color. So that's where I learned a little bit about whiskey before I visited the one in the hotel, the Lovesy Hotel. But that was the time that Sean learned about whiskey color.
Yeah.
And then, okay. Oh, so that's the staff is working there. Hi.
So this is the material storage area.
Sample room, QC sample. That's an empty cask. This is a toasting area. They have a special system to toast the cask, so that gives a good flavor and color of the whiskey.
It's the first time that I'm seeing this happening.
It's by right, it should be the manually burn with the hand like that.
Yeah.
I think that should be another system to host it.
But I think the benefits of having this is that it frees up more manpower to do other stuff.
And I can see that the staff are doing the packaging. I'm not sure what's the small little can. Oh, I think the sample. The small, if you buy some whiskey here, you can get a lot of sample for free. Okay. So I recommend you to come here and buy. So after toast, then we'll leave it here. That's good to know that they actually have the English subtitle. So after the machine, then they'll manually hand toast our burn. Ta-da! I hope that I can see this moment. Maybe we'll wait a little bit, then we'll see the stuff that try to burn the cask.
There are 3 different kind of cask over here. So this is the dechar cooperage. So decharring, the degree of decharring needs to be taken into serious and consistent consideration to ensure the unique characters of Kavalan that can be maintained continuously. And then there's the toast cooperage, where exhausted casks can actually be rejuvenated by scraping the inside of the cask to remove the used wood and bring the active wood into contact with the spirit. Yeah, so once again, this is the rechar cooperage. Recharring actually requires great craft and precision of the coopers, and if you rechar the casks, it actually produces fragrances and impart colors to the whiskey and creates ability to remove off notes to keep Kavalan spirits clean and complex. And this is one of their know-how procedures, so it's very proprietary to Kavalan Whiskey. And over here you can see that 4 different kinds of casks actually makes one bottle, and it's actually depending on how they want to blend the whiskey. So there can be like bourbon cask, sherry cask, or any other different kind of wooden casks.
They will share with you that on the year of 2006, March of 11, 3:30 p.m. the first strip of the whiskey drips up. Right. Supposedly we should go there first, then to come over here, but we need to come. The first thing to do is like come here and check what time is the tasting hour. Then you will not miss out the tasting hour. And here you can get to buy the ice cream, whiskey ice cream, right over there. It tastes average. But yeah, and then the second floor is the Mr. Brown Cafe.
Oh, and then there's also the garden trail up there.
Static. There it is. I think we had to go find out the timing for the tasting. The Spirit Castle is where you can taste the whiskey. You can buy the whiskey, but I will recommend you to go over there first, which you get to know more about the whiskey.
Yeah, so if you are interested, the price that you paid for the tasting, right, can actually be discounted away when you buy the.
Come inside here, literally you smell the whiskey very, very strong. I like it. It smells like the raisin ice cream, the rum.
Rum and raisin.
Yeah.
I think
very pleasant
because
fragrance.
of the casks, the wooden cask that they use, like bourbon and sherry.
Oh yeah, so this is where I get to learn about the color of the whiskey.
Okay.
Oh, it smells very good.
Over here, they actually present to you 2 different kinds of malt. This is just a normal malt, and this is the malt that has been pitted. It has got that more of that charred smell, yeah. And then says over here that malted barley actually gives a desired ratio of high starch and low protein. So it contributes to the fruity and floral notes to single malt whiskey. Over here they also present 4 different kind of casks, namely bourbon, then you have port, the brandy cask, and vinho. And then there's also a demonstration of like the making of sherry first fill cask. So it's like that, and then you burn to make it bend on both ends. And yeah. So they also tell you like what magical power does the oak cask have for maturation. So there are 3 charring levels: light, medium and heavy charring. And the blender for Kavalan Whiskey has come out with the most intense one, which is the heavy charring level for the casks for aging, after a series of their experimentation. So it brings out the complex and delicate flavor of Kavalan that is very much sought after. Yeah, so very interesting. And there it is. How after aging, Kavalan Whiskey actually has achieved its color. Yeah, so it's over here for port. It takes about 48 months to achieve that brown intense color, and then thereafter you have brand new ex-bourbon and hop sheet. So this is like the critical role for whiskey maturing. The spirit color will actually gradually darken from transparent and colorless to lively and vibrantly amber by the time of aging. And then its flavor also varied with time. So they compare it to just like a young fella transformed into a mature gentleman. So the key role is the oak barrel that can be compared to whiskey's working partner. So the barrels are all very, very important, and that is why we can see that Kavalan actually places a lot of emphasis in deciding the kind of condition and the kind of wooden casks that they would like their whiskey to be aged in. Over here on both sides you can see big machineries. I believe they actually imported it from Scotland. So they talk about the mashing process, where they add in hot water to extract a liquid called wort, and then approximately 8 hours. So over here as well, mashing and process. I like the fact that they actually have all this display window for us to take a look at how the whiskey is being produced. So over here is where fermentation takes place, and then on this side as well. And after cooling, the wort is passed into large vessels called washbacks. So they are traditionally wooden. Interesting. And then after that, the yield is about 5 to 10% of alcoholic liquid that is similar to beer, and it's called wash. And then distillation starts, and at Kavalan they practice double distillation. So once again, they can never stress enough that the casks is actually the one that is the best working partner of their Kavalan whiskey, because it gives the whiskey its very distinctive, characteristic flavor and taste. I'm enjoying the tour so far. Yeah, I'm right. So this is actually imported from Scotland. It's a lantern-shaped pot stills, and then it's double distillation. Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, after the distillate is like kind of QC'd to be ready for aging in the wooden casks, they are filled into the wooden casks, and this is where they are being stored for the aging process to be kick-started. It's quite magnificent because as it is, I can actually smell like the fragrance of the wood over here, and it's quite a magnificent sight to see actually.
I can see some leftover tasting glass at the front on the cart.
Over here on level 1, you can actually taste 3 different kind of whiskey plus their gin, which is the latest addition, and then the amount that you paid for the tasting, depending whether it is 100 or 200, it can be used to offset your purchases over there at the gift shop.
This is my very first time to come over here. This Mr. Brown Cafe, and it's a strap over there, and I think we should go to the Kavalan Garden Hall and the tasting room. I am very excited for that, but sadly that I cannot taste any, so I have to depend on Sean to do his work. Over here are the price lists for the what they call the whiskey, and then for 200ml it's only $300. Oh, start from $300. So up to the expensive one, $400. But what you can do is that you can pay $800 to get the trio flight set. Then you can have it better and cheaper, affordable way. And they also have beer. We tried this Baskin beer. We like it very much. Okay, so let's see where we can proceed for the lab and the tasting room. We have decided to taste it. So we are going to choose for the World Champion Series. And then we're going to try the gin, and we would love to have this DIY, your personalized whiskey session. It's one and only for yourself, and it has every day have the different time slot, so you have to come early to have this experience done. So let's go to make the reservation now. We have changed our mind, so if we have the tasting downstairs, we can use the voucher to go for the purchase. But upstairs is very cool, which is that they actually pump the whiskey directly from the cask. So it could be a little bit different, so you can get something more unique. But whatever tasting amount that you have right here, you cannot change to the, what they call, the shopping.
But upstairs one serve is about 20 milliliters, and I'm the only one drink. The staff actually encouraged us to try the Kavalan gin first. So Jim actually taught me how to taste the gin. So you just take a deep breath, and then you let it out, and then you taste. It's very smooth, very refreshing, very crisp, and it does not have a bitter overtaste. I think it's really very amazing. After tasting the 3 different kinds of whiskey, I agree that Solist Vinho Barrique Single Cask Strength is actually the one that suits my palate the best. I really like the texture. It's a bit creamy, and it has got this very rounded finish to it, and makes it a very delicious kind of whiskey that I will enjoy. We are now at the whiskey DIY blending lab, where they gave us a very clear set of instructions on how to proceed. So there are 4 different kinds of whiskey that is presented to us, labeled A, B, C, D, and then they have the different kinds of characteristics in terms of like whether it's nutty, spicy, or have taste of almond, or is it taste of tropical fruits and things like that. So different kinds of notes, and we are supposed to kind of like just not drink too much of it, but at the same time still taste it efficiently enough to create a special personalized blend for ourselves. So there's an example over here. To make 30cc, right? I can't remember it's 300 or 30cc, but anyway, to make it right, you need to make sure that at the end of it, right, there's actually 6. So it needs to go up to 6 in this little mini cylinder, and it can be a blend in terms of the proportion for different kinds. It can be like you may only want A and B, and then you blend 3 and 3 together. But if you want like A, B, C, D together, then you would have to decide on the proportion yourself. To save on the very precious liquid, right, we decided to just go with our gut instinct in terms of the smell. And then we decided that both, after smelling, we decided both of us have this consensus that A and C is the one that we will want to form the whole foundation of our personalized blend. And then for A, right, there's like the notes of nuts, spice, as well as almond. And for C, there's citrus, flora, wood, and chocolate. So we wanted more of A, right? Can you remember? Oh, we wanted 2 ml of A. So we are going to just put it inside here. I'm going to... Okay. So... And then we will have 2 of C as well. C smells really good. Okay, we have poured the 6 ml of distillate inside here. Wow, it smells really good. Nice. We really give it very due consideration. So we smell a lot and then we compare, and then they only gave us like 4 whiskey glasses. So we actually ran out of glass. So we decided to use the beaker to actually blend it. And this beaker that's labeled B. So B for best. We feel that it's the best blend, and we are going to call it FU blend. It consists of 1 portion of A, 3 portions of B, and 2 portions of C. So we did not really like the smell and the taste of D. So you can see that there's a lot of remainder, but not to let it go to waste, I'll finish it later. And then I hope I make it back to the inn later. Yes. So B for best. Yeah. I'm going to write today's date. 2nd of May 2023.
那酒精浓度是50度。
Okay, alcoholic content 50%.
那最下面可以签上自己的名字。
Okay. So I'm going to just put follow us as the blend.
那贴在这边。
Just stick it here. Okay.
接下来这边50、100、150、100，加起来是300cc。那这边50、150、100。你有问题，盖子打开，酒都可以倒进去了。
Okay. So I'm going to open the bottle. And I'm going to pour in our special blend, the FU blend. Starting with B, which we like very much. So that's more percentage of that. Slow and easy. In goes all the precious distillate that has been aged in very aromatic cask.
那这是标签，贴左右2克纸的地方。
So I'm going to paste the seal on both sides to seal in our special blend. So ladies and gentlemen, FU blend is born at Kavalan Distillery in Yilan County, Taiwan.
Very happy with the experience that we made our own bottles of whiskey, and now we are going to shopping. Sean is very happy. He was like, oh no, you do it, but now he looks the one is like quite happy. Oh yeah, we name our whiskey is FU blend. So if you really like it, you can follow our recipe. Do you still remember how many millimeter of which?
1 portion of A, 3 portions of B, and 2 portions of C. Makes up 6.
Okay, so the shopping area will be there. It's very funny that a lot of people are very excited to see the Christmas tree, and we are here in May. Christmas tree is here for quite a while. We are here at this shopping area now. The price is really reasonable. This one it's only sell at 1,500, and you can smell the fragrance over here. It's very nice, but you don't drink it. But maybe people will drink it, right? Then I used to bought this one. I really like it, and I'm sure I bought this one before because there's a mango. I remember the mango and the honey, so I bought this one. This two is we really like it very much. This is what we bought. 2 for our friends, and then this one is Solo List X Bourbon. We love it very much, and this one is number 2. We love it very much also. Sean, we're going to make payment. I will share with you that what we took. So the number 2 is right over there. Bottle of that is 1,100, and then this one we got is the X Bourbon. $3,000 bottles, and it comes with a certificate if I'm not wrong. And we actually like quite a lot of the whiskey, but this one is our favorite. This Fino Soloist, but it's way too expensive out of our budget, so we skip that. This is what we recommend the most. The best thing to share with you is that they have the tax refund right over here now. They used to have no tax refund counter. I like this idea very much. Are you happy?
Of course. It's a very enlightening experience here at Kavalan Whiskey Distillery because
they do have the guided tour. My second visit I never joined that, but I think that if we have time we should join that and then to learn more a little bit about that.
Yeah, but I think it was really informative even as we explore the various plants on our own.
Yeah,
and
English writing all these things.
Yeah, lots of pictorials and illustrated signposts for you to actually learn a little bit more about how whiskey is being distilled. And
can I say that? Tips for you, important tips. The refund counter actually can refund the DIY the payment.
Yeah, but to be very honest, it's not much.
Yeah. We bought quite a few bottles.
We bought 3,000, almost 4K of merchandise, and it's only about like 200 plus. So, but of course, nonetheless, it's still a good gesture that's offered by their distillery. So that's great.
Yeah. So I recommend everyone come over here to take part the blend, make your own whiskey thing, and then taste their whiskey and go to find out which one that you suitable to you.
Yep.
And we spent about like 1.5 hours here.
Yeah, I think that's about like roughly the estimated amount of time that you should expect to spend over here. And considering the fact that this is actually the birthplace, Yilan is actually the birthplace of where Kavalan Whiskey is. I think it's definitely worth a visit, even though you are not a whiskey lover, but also to appreciate the fact that Mr. Brown Cafe is available and it's a very established brand in Taiwan. So so it's also good for you to visit. Yes.
Okay, with that, we hope you like this video. We hope you drink more whiskey, buy more whiskey, support Taiwan product. Yeah. Bye.